I plead with you, you must insist that yes, we must question government. We must ask questions. We must demand accountability. We must demand that corrupt people action be taken. We must ask for law and order in a manner that does not injure the rights and liberties of people who are unarmed and people who are not violent. But as we do those things, as we ask questions, as we demand for answers, as we protest, as we demonstrate, as we picket, as we use all avenues to ask questions, especially to those in power and those in authority, we must not use that chance to burn down the country. Because if you burn the country, then there will be no country even to take care of everybody, including yourself. I say this with a lot of emotion because I have seen the last few weeks a few incidents, maybe not here in Tharaka, Nithi, but in many parts of Kenya, including neighboring counties here in Meru, in Embu. And I have seen an otherwise important conversation about people asking questions about governance and the fight against corruption has been misused to destroy peace and stability, to loot property of passengers who are just innocent and they have nothing to do with government. They are just on transit from one point to another. And the people doing those muggings and robberies, they are saying it is because they don't like the government. But the person you... In the last 3 years, we have built as a government 23,000 classrooms across Kenya. 7,000 of them through CDF, 23,000 of them through the Ministry of Education. And I want to assure you, we will go out of our way to make sure that every school has good, modern classrooms in Kenya. And that journey we are traveling, we are on course, we will reach there. That's how you modernize a country. You don't modernize a country through tribalism and nonsense. You modernize a country by making sure the education system is of high quality and is relevant, and many children have access to it, and other interventions. I don't have time to speak about everything, but those are some of the interventions in the tertiary education. You know, I'll just speak of 3 things in 2 minutes. In the tertiary level, the technical institutes and polytechnics and so forth, we found that there was a problem in Kenya because in 2022, there are 297,000 students in the technical training institutes, in the tertiary institutions, 297,000. But the university students were about 1 million. In many countries, the number of students in the tertiary middle level colleges are supposed to be more than those in the university. The same way in the university, the undergraduates are more than the master's students, and the master's students are more than the PhDs. That's how you create a good, well-structured educational system. So we found out there are many people who stop school, but they don't go to university, they don't go to technical institutes. In the last 3 years, we have pushed the enrollment in the technical training institutes from 297,000 in August 2022 to today, 700,000 students. And I dare say you have a greater stake in a stable Kenya than the older people have. You are the people with a greater interest and greater stake in a peaceful, stable, prosperous, economically inclusive Kenya than older people. This is the reason. I have said naturally, the way God has ordered things, the younger person lives longer than the older person. Isn't it? So you have a longer time on earth than some of the people who want to destroy Kenya, and they are already 70 years old. Right? They are already 70 years old. They have very few years left. And then you destroy Kenya and you cause civil war and leave a country like some of our neighboring countries where there is civil war, the entire state has collapsed, there is no law and order, and young people, instead of being in colleges and schools, are busy fighting in the bush and killing each other. And therefore, I want you to know that you young people, you must insist on how we run the country, the parameters and principles upon which we run the country. You must be more focused and more serious than the older people. Some of the people who want to destabilize Kenya have the means, if the country broke into pieces, to run away and have life elsewhere. Isn't it? They have a way of evacuating their children and families and leaving millions of Kenyans who cannot have that privilege. So because they have already had work, they have already had businesses, they have already made money, which young people are yet to make because they are still in college, and they have also, others have just finished college. Comrades power! Comrades power! No mercy, no more. Fire, see fire! Naomba tusimame. Is it very far away? No. Yes, you just wait. If you don't like your MP, if you don't like your MCA, through good policies by government, you enable the private sector to thrive, so that if a business was employing 2 people in leadership, we should not excuse it. But this we must do using peaceful and constitutional means. I should be asked questions. As Deputy President of Kenya, what are you doing? What is the President doing? Isn't it? Yes. The other person also. Create a better Kenya, and the other person must also say what they have been doing. They cannot say no. Na debate ikitanwa wasipotee, wakuja hapa tumenyane nao. Comrades power! Comrades power! Yes, you cannot in 3 years. Why? Because where we were employing for their time. I want to debate some of these characters. They are based there poisoning people and talking about 24,000. Remember in the past, 5,000, 4,000. And it's also affecting the quality of our education system. So, every day, I used to go there at 4 a.m. because those queues at Nyayo House used to start at 4 a.m. Today, sio Wakenya wengine hawana insurance ya afya. Hawezi tibiwa akiwa mgonjwa, kama hana pesa